Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us at our Ask Us Anything Sunday night program. And we are sitting in
the
rainy
rain,
Michigan.
In our truck. We were going to do this outside, but it's pouring rain.
It's pouring rain.
So we are in the truck. But we have the truck that we've been talking about for the past couple of
months. You have worked so hard to get this truck.
So this is going to be a big week for us. Thank you all for coming by. It is great to see so many of you already checking in. We've got lots to share with you tonight, and it's a little bit awkward because I can't really, because we're in the truck and I can't really see what it is that I'm doing here. If you saw my system, you'd realize, oh my gosh, these poor guys, they can't, what is that? I don't like that. We can't see all the things that we want to show you, but I guess that's just the way it's going to be.
That's the way it is.
That is the way it's going to be. So let me just start. Well, before we get to the truck, because I think some of you will have questions. I'm having a cup of coffee, and that is a great way for us to share. You want to show them these coffees?
Yeah.
This our giveaway this month.
Yeah, it's like when you think of a tea bag, but this is a coffee bag. It has different flavors of coffee in it.
It's called Wildland Coffee.
Coffee in a tea bag.
And I'm drinking
real ground coffee.
Real ground coffee with a little bit of a chocolate caramel flavor. Now, you don't really like coffee. I'd have you taste it. You don't drink it, but I do.
But the caramel
and it is really good. Now, what is so different about this? This is perfect for RVers. It's perfect for boondockers because
that's just chocolate. This is dark chocolate.
Yeah, this is chocolate with creamy body, and they tell you it is not instant coffee. This is a giveaway that we're going to do. We're giving some of these away. We're giving actually to 4 of our lucky recipients. Those are some of the things. I'm trying to keep the microphone on, and it's muting the microphone when I come up with it. So I'll just show you the bags here because this is pretty cool. Wildland Coffee in a tea bag. And in this is a tea bag. And you basically put the tea bag in boiling water or near boiling water, hot water, and leave it in there 5 to 8 minutes. And oh my goodness, it is just really good coffee.
Sounds like dessert.
Yeah, it does sound like dessert. So we're giving away, I think, a multi-pack to 4 of our viewers who want to try that out. Just go to that address on the screen right there, rvlifestyle.com sweepstakes. It's free to enter, and we'll run this sweepstakes, this giveaway for 2 weeks, and then we will announce the giveaway winners. 4 of them. Count them, 4. And I think you get it's a 20 pack of these things. And
wonder how many different flavors.
There's a lot of different flavors. I have a video, but I just don't want to mute our microphone. So let's see if I can do this. And there we go. You should be able to hear me now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can see there's a bunch of different flavors. And what's so neat about them is, unlike Keurig, these are biodegradable. The coffee bags will compost, so do these pouches. They're really friendly for the environment, and of course the most wonderful part about these things is they're real ground coffee, and they have all these different flavors, and it's really good coffee. It isn't like instant coffee. It doesn't taste like it at all. So you want to try and win those things. They are right there. And you can just enter that sweepstakes. We'll tell you more about it. It'll be announced in the newsletter tomorrow. If you don't know the newsletter and haven't subscribed every Monday, we send you a nice long newsletter about all the things that we're up to and about the stories that you need to know in the RV industry. And you can subscribe to that through our blog at rvlifestyle.com. So we'll come back to all of that later on. But lots of you here. And let's start off by saying hi to some of the early people. Of course, the first one is our friend Linda Wards. Linda, you kind of make it first every Sunday night. from Robbinsville, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
And can you see what Linda had to
Yeah,
say?
I thought of you while camping this weekend when our fridge stopped working. Turns out my husband leaned onto the on-off button while trying to reach the thermostat.
Oh,
well, that's
my
not
goodness.
good. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but it was
why is it so
well,
in a
that was
spot
just
where you would lean into
this
it?
kind
the
of
on-off
a fluke situation, and they were able to
So
figure
maybe
out why.
instead of a button, a rocker switch.
Yeah, that was pretty
little
easy to
different.
fix. So
Engineering.
ours, if you wonder what we're talking about in context, it's the video we released on YouTube yesterday, and we had a couple of little bumps in the road, and we share all of our travels, and our refrigerator in the middle of a camping trip went out. But
yeah, loaded with food.
Loaded with food, and you know what that means. It seems to have happened to every RVer out there.
Yeah.
I've been trying. This is our truck. This is what we will be using to pick up our fifth wheel this week. We take possession of it, Lord willing. There's a million little glitches that could happen. We got to get the hitch put on the back of the truck. And we actually were going to do this outside and wander around and show you it, because we've talked so much about how hard it is to find a truck. We got ours, and it was hard to get.
Actually, I was going to say hard to find a truck when we're leaving. We live in the northern Detroit area. We went past, 2 fields filled with trucks?
Yeah, I mean, if those of you for sports fans, you heard of the Palace of Auburn Hills where the Pistons used to play. Well, now they play downtown Detroit, but that humongous parking lot is filled with nothing but trucks that can't be sold, that are all completed.
A chip.
They need the chip, and there are,
as far
thousands?
as your eye can see, there are just all these trucks.
I wanted to stop and get a drone shot.
And I said, you definitely need a drone shot.
I just don't know where I can get on non-private property to get it. So we saw those, and then as we drove north on I-75 today, in Flint, where they also make a lot of trucks, I think GM makes trucks, the entire truck plant factory parking lot is filled with trucks that have been built that can't be sold because of the chip shortage. It is really a crisis.
Okay, so why am I only seeing trucks that don't have chips?
Well, there's SUVs and cars, but not nearly as many as the trucks. I think it's probably because trucks are so popular. But all that aside, we got one. This is a 2021 Ford F-250 Lariat 4x4 diesel. And we will show you, I've been running around installing webcams, and we had to get a cover for the back of it. It's really a nice unit. We were very pleased.
I have a happy husband.
And everybody wants to know, because if you saw our podcast, we talked in the podcast how I was debating not taking Jennifer down to get it with me. You can probably hear the rain. Otherwise, we'd show it to you. She did come with me, and and your conclusion as we saw the truck and after we drove it?
It felt like some kind of a strange deal going on in the Starbucks parking lot.
That's where we bought it.
That's where we bought it. Here's our car. Here's the truck. Give me the check. Bye.
So, wow, the rain's coming in.
Yeah, the rain's coming in. I'm getting a little wet.
I'm going to turn on the ignition here. And
I just don't want him to spill the coffee.
Yeah. And,
okay,
crank it up a little bit.
Thank you, sir.
Now it's going to get hot.
Yeah, it's going to get hot. Hey, we're in our truck.
So,
recording 2 channels started.
That's our webcam that you hear that's going on. But everybody wants to know, does Jennifer like the truck? And the answer to that question,
of course I like the truck.
Well, there was some doubt.
My husband loves this truck.
Well, now, women, you all hear what she's doing here. She's hedging. So the question is, what do you think of the truck? Be very honest, because we share everything with these folks. Well, almost everything.
It's too big. I'd never buy a truck like this. No. You want a truck?
Well, we need a truck to haul the fifth wheel, right?
It's too big for me.
So you would not use this as your everyday?
Not unless I had to.
Okay, well, you might have to. Right?
Yeah.
But I would. I really like this truck.
We had an F-150, and I drove it all the time.
Well, this is not that much bigger. I shouldn't say that. You had me do a stand-up yesterday as we tried to get this in our garage.
I thought, the length. I said, Mike, this will really make a funny picture if you pull in and how much is sticking out. Because I think about 5 feet isn't going to fit. But then we couldn't even pull it in because it's too tall.
Yeah, I
well.
think we might have been able to, maybe. I don't know.
No, you were driving. I was saying
Yeah,
stop.
probably not.
Yeah,
Probably not. But
but it's all good.
so
I mean, I can hardly wait to get into this fifth wheel.
yes,
I mean,
and that is our
it's
on our
it's going to be like being in a castle.
it is our castle. That's what we
We'll
should
call
call
it
it.
castle.
Yeah, maybe we'll call it castle. So the truck, by the way, everybody wants to know what color it is. It's white.
Parking
So
recording started.
thank you. It's a white. It's
So
a
we are ready for those monster trucks.
truck rallies. No. It's a
Oh.
4x4, so we could do some. We can when we're out there boondocking and we leave the fifth wheel, we can do some pretty cool exploring with this 4x4 out in the middle of nowhere. But
It's got a big gas tank.
this
You can
was
go
the
a long
forecast.
ways between fill-ups.
Oh my
I'm
god,
impressed with
700
that.
mile range, and I'm
That's
getting. If
very
you want to
impressive.
mileage, I'm getting close to 19 miles. Now I'm not towing yet. That'll come down, but close to 19 miles. It is diesel. It cost me over $100 to fill it up, but again, I get a range of like almost 700 miles so far. We'll see what it does when I tow. So the truck has been our focus for the last couple of. We're going to talk about this in the podcast, but it's been our focus for the last couple of months. We now have the truck. This is a done deal. This is the week now. We head tomorrow morning. We will be bright and early in Goshen, Indiana, at the factory of Keystone RV,
I am looking forward to that.
where we'll get the first look just off the production line of our new Arcadia 3250 fifth wheel. And we're really excited. We've got some video already of it being built on the line. We're going to learn about quality control. We're going to interview the CEO of Keystone about how the RV manufacturers are stepping up their quality control because of a lot of complaints that you've seen them on social media where people say they COVID vehicles, COVID RVs made during COVID when they didn't have enough help, had a lot of issues. We'll find out if there's any truth to that. We'll find out what the industry's doing. We are going to send my bride to driving school,
Woohoo!
and she's going to actually tow.
You're gonna sell tickets to watch me.
I'm going to make a
drive
video,
home.
girl. I'm going to make me a video.
I'm gonna make a video of you, boy.
Yeah, I need it too. So, and then that'll be a Monday, Tuesday as we hang around Goshen, the Elkhart, Indiana, capital of the RV industry. We'll hang around there for a couple of days, and then we buy this unit in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Officially, we got to buy it through a dealer, and then we have to, because all of our stuff is back in our motorhome, all of our camping gear. We need to buy all new camping gear for the fifth wheel.
I brought a few things, but I didn't bring.
So we're
Everything.
gonna go visit there's a big Camping World store in Grand Rapids. We're gonna go over there and accessorize it. And then we're going for a 4-day camp out next week on the shores of Lake Michigan.
I am so looking forward to that.
And we're going to just chill out. And
Even
we'll do
if
a
it
video.
rains, it's okay.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
we got
yeah.
room.
We got room. So I like what you call the fifth wheel, the castle. We'll talk more about this in this week's podcast, but this is Ask Us Anything. So let's get to your questions. I hope we didn't bore you too much with all this. I always get people who kind of just stumbled on the program and they say,
wanna
I
hear
don't
this."
really care what you're talking about, but hopefully you guys, as our followers, regulars, did care. And enough of that. We'll answer your questions now and hang in there. There's one from Jeff Burke.
All right, let's see. Is an extended warranty a good idea? I keep getting mailers from Ford, but it doesn't mention the cost.
On a vehicle, I don't think it is, because you get such a long warranty on these vehicles. And when you do an extended warranty, your deductible usually goes up. It becomes very cost productive. But on an automotive product like a car or a truck, you get a long warranty, a guarantee. I think it's like up to 5 years or so. So I would not get an extended warranty on a vehicle.
We have bought them in the past, and we're fortunate never to need them.
Yep, I would probably get one on a used RV. If I bought a used RV, I would get one.
I wonder if I would get one on a new RV.
Maybe. I'm sure we're going to get, when we buy this thing, the dealer is going to suggest that to us, but I don't know.
The bumps in the road really are an earthquake.
Yeah, we don't think we'll drive the fifth wheel as much as we do our motorhome, because we're keeping our motorhome, and So we're going to keep that, but well, we'll see. But I don't think we're going to get one, at least not initially. So we'll see. So thanks for the question, Jeff. We appreciate that. Robin Ostermeyer.
Can you level your RV without having all 4 tires off the ground? It is a special setting on the automatic leveling system. I'm having trouble. This is a funky angle.
Yeah, it's tough for us to read the questions. No, Robin, you certainly should be able to level your RV without having all 4 tires off the ground. Occasionally, you'll be in such an uneven spot where there is no way to really have those automatic levelers work. I don't like it. I don't think it's good. I think it puts unnecessary stress on the frame. That said, from Mercedes and others, we've heard it does not cause a problem. But is there a special setting on the automatic leveling system? No. When you hit automatic level, it's a 4-point leveling system. If it's a really big RV, it might be a 6-point, but most are 4-point, and it should level it just fine, and you shouldn't have to worry about that. And
I've never heard of anybody leveling it and all 4 tires being off the ground.
That would be too
maybe
weird.
Maybe 1 tire off the ground, maybe 2 tires off the ground, but I can't even imagine all 4
yet,
off the ground.
A lot of people carry like a 2x4, a couple or 2x8s. I'm sorry, 2x8s woods
Lego
or those Lego blocks, and you put a couple of those underneath the levelers. And if the levelers have to, really extend a lot, they might reach their range. So you might want to have a couple things underneath them, and you can get a little bit more. But I would be very uncomfortable ever having all 4 wheels off the ground.
That just doesn't sound right.
I wouldn't do that. So, Hugh Miles.
What is the best hitch to pull with?
Well, I don't know yet. I can share the details when we end up with when we get the hitch installed on this. I've done a bit of research, and let me come back to you when we get our hitch installed, which is supposed to be Wednesday. I'll do a whole video on it, and I'll explain why we picked it. But there are so many different options, depending on how big your unit is, your trailer or your fifth wheel, how heavy it is, how you intend to use it. There are so many different options that it's hard for me to just tell you what the best hitch would be.
So you're going to make them stay tuned if they want to hear what we bought.
It's a long. It takes a lot of research, and I would. I'll share everything with the one I have. Actually, it's sitting in the bed of our unit back there, in 3 boxes, and it's hopefully will be installed. And you can't.
If you think the truck was hard to get,
the hitch.
The hitch was just as challenging.
It was just hard to get it on time, but we got it. We got it. So there we go from there. Mary Brower.
Any recommendations on keeping ants and other pests out of an RV? I'm stationary, and there have been so many new bugs this spring. I'm new to this full-time RVing. I found ants in my home today before we left. So
yeah, they come out every year.
House, and the bugs are out.
We've had good luck in the RV. Actually, we had some ants in the RV one year.
Yep, 1 year.
And we put out some of those little poison box traps where they walk in and they were gone.
And supposedly go back to their homes.
They were gone, in a week.
Yeah.
And we've done that at home, and that controls them there pretty well too, although we do have a pest control service at home. But for the RV, we just use those little ant boxes, that poison boxes. You don't have to touch the stuff. You just put it.
And the other pests, meaning mice and spiders.
Mice are generally come in the fall.
They're looking for a house.
Lots of different options. A lot of people put mothballs down. Yeah, I don't want my RV to smell like that. A lot of them put those fabric softener sheets. So there's lots of different options. Spiders, they're more of a problem. They like the smell of propane, and they tend to clog up your propane valves and exhausts, and you might want to put kind of a mesh screen on them. You can Google all those things and get lots of ideas, Mary. But ants, we've had luck with just those little ant poison boxes. Pat Relinsky.
I know you don't stay at private campgrounds much, but have you heard that some are charging $10 or more to reserve specific sites, and $5 fee if you have a dog?
I am so fed up, Pat, with people price gouging, adding extra service fees from car dealers. And we just have done a lot in the last month reporting on how truck dealers are just ripping people off by charging $20,000 over retail. But it's happening across the board. And yes, I have heard of that, where campground owners are trying to figure out how they can get more, so they add a pet fee. And you can understand in a sense, because there's so many irresponsible pet owners out there. I had a question I was going to answer on the podcast this week, but somebody wanted to know where the best place, some advice for staying. They have 6 dogs. I'm sorry. If you have 6 dogs in an RV, you shouldn't camp in a campground. I mean, I would charge you $5 a dog in that case, because the dogs all have to do something once or twice a day.
I mean, it's hard on the landscape.
Yes, it is.
All these dogs.
But still,
that one place that we go to, Grandma's
in Louisville, south of Louisville.
They make it real clear. Don't let your dog potty on their landscaping.
And a charge of $10 on preferred website campsites. Ridiculous.
Why not charge you $5 more for a pet? I mean, you go to a hotel room and they charge you $20 to $50. One place they charge us $100.
It's just that they haven't done that before.
Well,
and now everybody wants to take advantage of the situation of inflation, and everybody wants to. And that's why we bought land. I mean, it's costing us less more than we thought to develop it. But I'm so sick of everybody, every time you turn around, price gouging you. So
now we definitely have to move out of our house now that we have a 5th wheel, a truck, and an RV. The driveway isn't accommodating.
I had to buy storage space for the 5th wheel. And so it's time to find a new sticks and bricks. And we'll look at that. Paul Orlando.
Excited for your maiden voyage.
Their maiden voyage.
For their maiden voyage in their Mercedes Sprinter 24MB, purchased in September and spent the winter getting warranty service and some customizing. Heading to Cape May the first weekend in May.
Good for you, nice. Paul. Boy, there's nothing like the maiden voyage in the new RV. It's just so exciting, and we're excited for you. We'll be doing our maiden voyage this weekend, Lord willing. You never know. You never know. Michael Nault.
How heavy is your new 5th wheel?
It weighs 9,000 pounds, and we're figuring it'll be, around 10,000 by the time we've loaded it up with all the stuff we'll be taking with us. Shirley Benoit, thank you, Shirley. You're there every week with a super sticker for us, a little extra. Thank you, 99 cents. We appreciate it, Shirley. Thank you so much. I got to turn on. Are you getting hot?
I am hot, but
it's still raining. But stand by. There's gonna be some ignition noise in our truck, but I got to roll down the windows because it's really hot.
Thank you, sir.
It's still raining out there.
Toasty.
Oh well. Now you'll hear my webcam kick on.
2 channels started.
All right. It is right. The One Luckies question.
Are you concerned about black bear breaking in when you leave the 5th wheel on the Tennessee property? And have you considered portable solar electric fencing for bear?
There's no black bear in the area of mid-Tennessee. Black bears are all in the eastern part of Tennessee, not in mid-Tennessee. So we have
coyotes.
We have coyotes, but I don't think they're going to break in. But no black bears anywhere around there. So not a concern. And it wouldn't be anyway, I don't think. Our buddy Ken Michelson from the Emerald Coast.
Everyone on the Emerald Coast is doing fine.
Yeah. Ken is one of our friends from the dog park in Fort Walton Beach, where we take Bo most every morning. So thank you, Ken. Say hi to everybody for us. Michelle at Dragon Lockworks.
Where is the RV land for sale in Tennessee?
Go to myrvland.com and you can learn all about it. myrvland.com. Our property is in mid-Tennessee near the town of Linden, Linden. And if you go to our YouTube channel, Michelle, we have a whole series of videos from the day we bought our land to all the progress that we've made as we've developed it, and all of the challenges we've been facing and still do. And you'll learn more than you ever want. More than you want to know. Thank you, Chris Mondo Biondo. What a great name. A $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much for that. That means a lot to us, Chris. Thank you. Linda Wallertine.
Does any of you have much trouble with theft when boondocking? We had our bikes stolen today. Oh, that's terrible. They were locked to our travel trailer. And what solutions are things that you do to keep things safe?
Wow. I'm so sorry for you, Linda.
Yeah.
We have never had a theft problem boondocking. The only theft we had, we were broken into in a parking lot of a fairly upscale shopping center where we'd stop
during rush hour
for lunch, for dinner at rush hour, just across the Mississippi River in Illinois from St. Louis. Somebody broke in our RV and a couple of other vehicles in the lot, and they stole everything, all my computers, all my cameras.
Everything they could get.
But boondocking, we've never had a problem. And, we travel often with bikes or with e-bikes, and so far it has not been an issue. I'm sorry to hear that with you.
Yes, that's terrible.
Sign of the times, right?
Yes.
Yep. Joey F.
How is the refrigerator? Fixed?
Sorta.
We don't know.
Yeah, our refrigerator, if people wonder what we're talking about, if you haven't seen today's video or yesterday's video on YouTube, the refrigerator went out in the middle of a trip. And when we plugged into electric, it worked. We got to a campground, we plugged it in electricity, and it worked. It worked great. But
maybe somebody knows what happened to it. It worked fine. We loaded it up with food. We drove down the road.
We've had so many little issues with this, from the door falling off. We've replaced it. This is the second refrigerator. We can't shut the door completely. It all has to be pushed
one side, and then you really have to push both sides. Yeah. I always knew I had to push one side, but you told me I had to push both, because once it was beeping because the door wasn't shut.
Yeah. But it seems to be working. Knock on wood. So we'll see what happens. Kathy Stafford.
My husband really likes the Hoosier you showcased. Not many reviews. Should we be worried? I don't think you should be worried, because it's a brand new product.
Yeah,
I wonder how many
they probably sold 3, or there may be 3 or 4 on the road. They introduced it just a few months ago.
What I would want to do is go talk to Earl.
Earl's the guy from Hoosier Custom Cruisers. Elkhart.
I mean, I think there's only 10 people that work this thing. Ask Earl. I mean, you'll like Earl. Ask them about where they used to work and all about them, and where the other employees worked, and get a feel for it that way.
Yep. They're a really nice unit. In fact,
I mean, none of them are taking a paycheck.
I wonder if we could see Earl on Wednesday.
I'd like to see Earl.
We have some time on Wednesday. I'd like to see her. I'd like to take another look at that thing, actually.
Well, maybe.
A lot of people thought that's what we were going to buy. Maybe we should.
I think it would be fun just to see how he's doing.
Yep. Well, I'm going to give Earl a call tomorrow from Hoosier Customer, but I wouldn't worry about it, because it's a brand new company, and like most of them, you can get it serviced at many RV dealers. Dog Lover.
Okay. Does your new fifth wheel come pre-wired for a rear view camera? If not, what do you plan to install? Do you plan to add an extra camera?
I don't know. I'm going to talk to the folks at Keystone and Arcadia this week. I'll talk to the folks at Camping World when they put in my hitch and we hook it up and make sure it all works. I'd like to have a couple of cameras that I can use for video to when we're going down the road. I have my GoPros and I could stick those all around, but I'm looking for a simpler solution. But we'll probably put something in. I do need I'd like another camera at the back of this unit. The problem is finding people to service these things and to get stuff on a timely fashion.
No, you just put a camera in the truck.
I'd take that off, but I'd show it to you. But I have a new dash cam. We'll be doing a video on it. And I really like it because it's got a forward-facing camera and a rear-facing camera. I had it professionally installed.
And it was pricey.
It was not as pricey as the other ones. This cost about $300, and the other ones I had were like $500.
But I'm talking about installation too.
It was $100 to install.
Well,
don't you think it's worth it than me trying to do it?
That's not going to be falling off.
Yeah, right. Well, it might fall off, but that's just because of the heat on the windshield. So anyway, I'll let you know. We're investigating that. I would like to get another camera. Something else I'd like to do is I'd like to replace hey, look, the sun's out.
Yeah.
I'd like to replace the standard door lock, on the unit with one of the keyless ones like we have on
once
a
you have the
motorhome.
keyless lock, it's hard to give it up.
So-
It's so nice not to have to carry a key.
So we got lots to do, and then we're going to be camping for 4 nights, Thursday through Monday, on Lake Michigan, and I can't wait to just settle into the thing. And it's been a very hectic 2 months for us.
It has been.
So
He's
really
been going crazy.
just lining up all the stuff. Jan Hirschner Johanni.
What do you clean the cabinets with? Well,
Murphy's oil soap.
I use Murphy's oil soap
On
on
everything.
everything, don't I?
I think that's your perfume.
No, my daughter says that that's a comforting smell to
It
her.
is.
My mother cleaned everything with Murphy's oil soap.
I like that smell.
everything. So that smell, it's kind of like Tide Original.
Yeah, that's the other
what
thing
I grew up with.
Yep. Isn't that funny how you have these comfort smells? Debbie L.
Do you now think you'll take a trip to Alaska?
Oh, Debbie, I would leave tomorrow if I could talk the CFO of my corporation into going. I love Alaska. We've been there twice before. We would love to go on an extended trip with our RV, be it the fifth wheel or be it our motorhome, and with Bo. I love Alaska. I would want to be there though in maybe late August and September.
Get some snow.
Well, I like it when it starts to get cool,
Mhm.
and we have to be in Tennessee in October. We're hosting a gathering there for our
And
Facebook
September,
supporters.
the Hershey RV show.
Hershey RV show, and in October, middle of October, we have a gathering for our Facebook supporters and our YouTube members. So we have to be back there. So, but if you could leave the end of July but I don't think it'll happen this year. It might be next year, but we do love Alaska. I'd live between Alaska and the UP. It's a toss-up of where I'd like to really live.
Now, would you drive through Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just go up to Seattle and go up to Vancouver rather than come up that way.
Mhm.
Yep, that would be great. Boy, we're running out of time here. We got a few minutes. Go small, live large.
Did you look at the land cost from a tax perspective in Tennessee versus Kentucky or Indiana?
Well, we're not really interested in Indiana for our RV property. We weren't really interested in Kentucky, so that wasn't even on my radar. I mean, I could have looked at it in Montana or Wyoming or Texas or other states that we really like, but we really like Tennessee. There's so many other reasons, and a big factor is family in Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee, we have our son and his wife and kids, they just moved to Nashville. So that was a big factor. And Tennessee is halfway between Michigan and Florida.
And, when you're buying property, if taxes are a big factor in buying multi-acreage property, then you probably shouldn't buy that multi.
Well, we only bought 5
We only
acres.
bought 5 acres,
Yeah, we
and
don't
our
have
taxes
that much.
are going to be a little over $400 a year. So not bad. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, we're not big landowners.
All right. Spring shopping, time to tell you about all of our t-shirts. And I know somebody's always asking us about these cups. These are our RV lifestyle designer cups. They come in different colors.
Yeah,
This
got
is
the yellow and red and
there's-
black
and blue.
and aqua.
And they're just really a nice cup.
They are a nice cup. I
And
like 'em.
you can go to there and find out. We got a whole bunch of new spring designs on our clothes and hats and all of our books. Our latest ebook is out, and it's on the Natchez Trace. I want to urge you, if you're looking for a great trip for this late spring or summer,
Just take
the
your
Natchez
time and
Trace.
relax and enjoy. And
It's the best 444-mile ride you'll find in an RV.
it's not a crazy drive.
No, it's a great drive, and this is the perfect time. And you can download that book from that address free. And then I want to go back to. I really want to talk about this coffee I've been drinking. This is so good. Other RV influencers, by the way, when they do their live shots, they're always drinking a local beer.
Well, you'd probably like that too.
Yeah, I would. I think it'd be kind of fun. Maybe local wines. But what I've been drinking, and the camera's not picking this up real well, is this stuff. This is a new giveaway that we're doing. We just announced tonight. It's from a new company, and it's called Wildland Coffee, and it's coffee in a tea bag. It's not instant coffee. This is ground coffee. It's roasted. It's beautifully, really made well. And it's a tea bag. You heat up water almost to boiling, and you dump the tea bag in, leave it for 5 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever you want. And it, for strength and flavor. It comes in all sorts of different flavors. And we're giving away, I think, a 20-pack or a big sampling case to 4 different people. If you like coffee, try that. What's really nice about these for boondockers is there's no muss, there's no fuss. You don't have to have electricity for a percolator or for a coffee maker. You don't have to go through all the mess of having all the equipment with a French press. You just take this out of the pouch, put the tea bag or the coffee bag in the cup, and you've got really
Do
nice.
you know how
tasting
excited
coffee.
I am about this idea? Because I am so sick of all the coffee pots
Yes.
that we have bought over the
and
many,
they all
many years of
break
our
'cause they're-
marriage. And it seems like lately, if they make it a year, it's a miracle.
Yeah. We get often pitched all the time from people, hey, we sell coffee, we want you to try our coffee. And usually there's a bunch of machines you got to get. This is so simple. And unlike the Keurig, which is what we've been using, which causes this big thing in the landfills with all the garbage
Plastic
and
cups.
the solid waste it leaves behind. The tea bags are all biodegradable, compostable, as are these pouches that they come in. Very easy to store, and no
Well,
muss, no
if my
fuss.
vote counts, I like that.
It's really good.
You
It's
just get
really
some hot water, microwave, or
microwave, or
boil it.
or start it on a campfire.
Yeah.
They're great. Try it. And we've got a link. Just go to that sweepstakes page that we had, and you can try it. All right. I don't know if we got anything else that we need to talk about. I think we're probably pretty darn close to being done. So this is a big week for us. Michelle, Dragon Lock Works says thank you. The land looks wonderful. We are having so much fun developing that land, and frankly, we didn't know what we were getting into when we bought it and when we started. And it's cost us more than we kind of wished we had spent, but it's been really fun. And we can't wait to invite some of our friends to join us there and camp.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for watching that. We'll keep doing updates. We'll be back. We're supposed to get electricity out there, early May. And as soon as we know our electricity's in, we're going to go back and then maybe spend a few days, and maybe we can organize a work party and invite people to meet us, and we'll plant some trees. And
we'll see how it all goes. Right now, a couple of our grandsons who live in Tennessee have expressed interest in deer hunting. They like to deer hunt. A lot of deer,
yeah. And then we've got some friends. We've already let them. They're going to borrow it for the 4th of July weekend.
Mm-hmm.
When we do our gathering for our supporters and our members on YouTube and Facebook, we are going to invite a couple of them to come and camp with us during that gathering as well. So we've got lots of plans for it, and it's gonna be like our little private RV retreat, and it's great. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Big news to us. Watch us on social media. We'll be updating all of our travels. Starts tomorrow as we drive to Goshen, Indiana, and the Elkhart area, and take the first look at our new fifth wheel, which we'll be getting and taking possession of.
Our castle
on wheels. I like that name. God bless you all. We'll see you down the road.
Happy trails.
Woo!